Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 5 of All the Mods 10. Man, you can really see how much these vines have grown. For this episode, I want to go exploring a little more before I actually sit down and really work on the storage, so I'm going to see where it takes us. This area is pretty nice. I'll need to kill a bunch of cows for leather anyways, since I want to make the best enchanting area I possibly can. And I'll need all the meat too. I ran into this little camp here. It's full of these barbarians from Clash of Clans, and they kind of hurt as well, but they were no match for me, clearly. There's also a bunch of loot here. Well, not really loot, kind of chests. They didn't have too much in them except for some basic materials, but it's always nice. I checked my map after and I found the Applied Energistics 2 meteor, so next up on my list is to go over there. But before we do that, I want to place down this supply camp finally and see what it's got. Judging by the wood tools, doesn't seem too good. So it was a little disappointing, but maybe I just chose the wrong style. I saw this biome in the distance that was just full of pink and red flowers, so next step is to sleep and head over there. I definitely did not almost die there. But man, look at this place. So nice. If I didn't already spend a couple hours building my base, I would have just lived there. Also, I keep forgetting how much there is to mine in this mod pack, because I haven't really gone mining much. So maybe I'll look into doing that more in another episode. Man, I love one-shotting these cows. I need to get looting on something. So I ran into this little mini graveyard, and it had a bunch of skulls, which was pretty nice, because I can use those for the enchanting. And there's a diamond block. It's not too bad. Once I grabbed all the skulls, it was time to use the random teleport again. I ended up getting sent to the snow biome, which was actually the first time I've been in one this playthrough. Looking back, I probably should have grabbed some of the snow. Also, look at the skeletons over there. There were so many, but by the time I actually wandered over there, they all despawned or something. Not too sure. Right after heading in the direction I found the skeletons, I found this wizard tower, and it gave me an achievement for even just going near it, so I knew this guy had to be tough. Turns out he wasn't actually that tough, so I kind of got clickbaited. I also don't know if what he dropped was good loot or not, because I don't actually know what any of this does, but I got a couple quests for it, so I'm leaning towards it is useful. I did end up finding blaze rods in these chests, so it was actually pretty worth coming here. And there was a bunch of little accessories that mostly just gave me more XP from mobs, but I will take it, even though probably most of the XP I get in this playthrough is just going to be from quest rewards. The loot below the tower wasn't the greatest, but you just gotta wait till you see what's in store at the top of the tower, not the bottom. It's pretty crazy, I won't lie. walking back. I was hoping this guy just dropped me netherite armor. Yeah, instead he 3-shot me. But it's okay though, because I'm only 16,000 meters away. And also a ghost. It's time to suit up and get back over there. I'm not here to waste no time. I'm pretty sure there's a way to use the key to teleport back over there, but I'm not actually sure. I'm just going purely based off of gut instinct. So I'm just gonna hope I'm right. And turns out I do actually have to do something. So I'm just gonna look this up. And turns out I need an ender pearl. I got one of those, right? Surely I didn't die with all of them on me, right? Ah, knew it. It was only in the second last chest it could have possibly been. Didn't scare me at all. This guy is not ready for this. Oops. Ow. He was a little closer than I thought he'd be. But guy fell for the oldest trick in the book. Come on. You didn't see this coming? What a fool. And let's see what my reward is. Nice. Yep. Alright, I think that's the enough exploring for now, Homer. But I think it's time to start off with sophisticated storage. I've never actually used it before, which is kind of why I want to use it. So I'm pretty much going in this completely blind, but can't be that sophisticated. And turns out to actually make anything, I need redstone, which is just about the one thing I have next to none of, apparently. So, but don't worry, found 6 in that chest. Just wait. Boom, 12 more. 18 pieces, that's like one whole vein. I'm ready. Taking damage every time was starting to get annoying, so just gonna move this over and save myself the headaches. And just like that, the first quest is complete. I don't know why I can't just use the chests I've already crafted to turn into the sophisticated ones. It doesn't matter. And good thing I went back to grab these upgrade bases, because I don't use them. And to make the comparators, I need quartz, which I don't have. So it's time to go to the Nether. Luckily I already have everything I need, so all I need to make is the actual portal. And I cut out the load times when I go in, but it was like pretty much a full minute just waiting. It's not fun. I really like the area I spawned in already. Look at those quests. 4 already just from coming here. One thing I do want to set up for future videos is a total quest tracker, just so I can kind of see how much progress I'm actually making, because the end goal is to 100% all the quests, but I've kind of just been saying I'm doing that and then playing the game, which is like the same thing. Also, there's so many different nether ores in here. I definitely want to go on a mining trip here. Might be pretty fun, because I think there's a lot of unique ores to the nether instead of just quartz and netherite now. I also didn't realize for a little while, but this entire biome is made of redstone related blocks. Even the glowstone here dropped me redstone, which is pretty ironic considering I had literally none before this. Also, I don't know what was up with this spawner. There was no loot there. It was just a spawner. I don't know if it just didn't spawn or what, but it's pretty lame. At this point, I look around and you can kind of tell I realize this whole area is just blocks of redstone. So that was pretty nice. And I won't really have to worry about it for a while. And pretty much everything from this point forward needs redstone. So this is really nice to have, considering apparently I don't find any mining normally. I wanted to grab this cool looking obsidian up here, but you needed a diamond pickaxe because, you know, it's obsidian. I didn't have any diamonds on me, so just kind of had to leave it. And then I ran into this pretty big bastion, which was nice. I kind of take my sweet time going down here because I'd really rather not fall down here and die in a couple hits from Piglin Brute. It isn't exactly what I want to do. I think one death per episode or less is going to be ideal. This is also one of my favorite bastions just from how much gold is in the middle, so I should have plenty of gold to hopefully trade with some piglins after and get at least a couple pearls, because if I'm going to need one every time I die far away from my base, that's kind of going to be a good amount of times. I should try looking into seeing if there's a way I can make like an Enderman spawner and farm pearls that way, because that'd probably be the easiest way. These guys give me a pretty good scare here. I was not expecting them to hit me, and just from the noise of being hit twice, I thought I was going to be at half a heart, not full. Turns out they only really do 2 hearts of damage, but I did complete a quest for killing one though, so that's one more off the bounty board. Whoa. Let me know for future videos if you guys want me to keep the footage of me sorting through all the loot in the chests, or if you just want to crop to me sorting it and then you can kind of pause and look at it if you'd like. Definitely the second option's a lot less repetitive, and I think it just kind of suits it better, because there's just going to be so many chests that I have to open in this entire playthrough. There's no way it doesn't get repetitive at some point. I decided to take my sweet time here. It's pretty much defusing a bomb, because if I make one wrong move here, I just get hit into the lava, and there's a pretty good chance I just lose everything I have. I'm not sure if the gravestones will kind of prevent my items from getting burned. Also, this magma cube was such a troll. This guy just stared at me and waited. Look at this. Then as soon as I look away, he goes to jump. This guy ended up sliming all over me. That guy was a monster. Also, check out that hole-in-one on the piglin brute. Comes with decades of skill to do something like that. One thing I haven't checked in the quest book is if there's quests for getting all of the little trophies. I kind of really hope there isn't, because that would be just mind-boggling grinding. I don't think I could put up to that. Also, found some netherite ingots in this chest, so it's pretty nice. I completed about 5 quests from picking that up. I got a bunch of little accessories that do just some little things, nothing crazy. I think it's mostly just more experience, and I get a little bit extra experience or something from this Bastion ring. I don't really know what it actually does. Now that I'm done looting up all the chests, it's time to finally start trading and hopefully get some ender pearls, because the end isn't going to be too far from here, and I do not have enough pearls to go now. I'm not really sure why these guys are glowing. Maybe that just kind of happens when they trade. I don't know. I was just kind of hoping they'd walk into this hole when I put gold in there. They don't seem too interested, so I'm just gonna manually push these guys in. After I spent about 30 seconds pushing 2 into a hole, it was time to go grab more. Definitely not gonna push them though. So I'll just hit them and have them all run over. But before I do that, I need to set up a little wall for them to run into. I don't really see any way this could go wrong, so I'm just gonna hit them and book it. As you can see, it works flawlessly. Those guys are a little annoying now. And the piglin brute flying in from nowhere and doing a little bit more than 2 hearts of damage this time. Luckily, he was no match. And after about 10 minutes of trading, that's not true, like 5 minutes maybe, I got 2 pearls. Yep, I don't even know if that was from trading. I might have just picked those up earlier. Now that we're done with the Nether, I don't really want to go back there. I don't have a reason to at this point, now that I have a bunch of quartz and redstone. One thing I do want to do though is make a netherite pickaxe, because there's probably ores out there that you need it to mine. So that's next up on the list. You know, I gotta treat myself to something nice. And it was all free anyways, so. Luckily, I keep a smithing table in my little bundle on me, so I'm gonna have to make a new one. And look at that, quest complete. Well, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Hope you have a great day.